This tiny orange kitten was about to be put down at the shelter, but what happened next shocked an entire fire department. Because in just 48 hours, this worthless kitten would become the only thing standing between a burning city and total disaster. But the story actually starts with a mother's desperate choice. Meet Captain Whiskers, the city's first and only cat firefighter. But she had a secret. Her own kitten, Rusty, was terrified of fire. And tomorrow was the day she'd have to choose between saving her son or saving the city. You see, Rusty wasn't just any kitten. He was born during the Great Fire of 2023. The trauma left him with an extreme phobia. But Captain Whiskers knew something nobody else did. Rusty's grandfather was the legendary fire cat Felix, the hero who saved thousands. The bloodline was there, but could she unlock it? Day 1 of training was a disaster. Rusty couldn't even hold a hose without shaking. But then Captain Whiskers remembered her father's words. Sometimes heroes need to fall before they learn to fly. That night, she showed Rusty something that would change everything. His grandfather's secret training manual. But they only had one night to master techniques that took Felix years to learn. But at 3 a.m., everything went wrong. The city's biggest chemical plant erupted in flame. This wasn't just any fire. The chemicals were creating toxic clouds that would poison the entire city in just 2 hours. Every human firefighter was either injured or couldn't get close enough due to the toxic fumes. The city was doomed. Captain Whiskers faced an impossible choice: save her son by evacuating, or risk everything on one untrained kitten. But when Rusty saw the fear in his mother's eyes, something awakened inside him. The bloodline of Felix was calling. And for the first time in his life, Rusty wasn't afraid of the fire. But what happened next defied every law of physics and logic. Rusty wasn't just immune to fire, he could control it. The trauma that made him afraid had actually awakened a dormant superpower. In 30 minutes, this tiny kitten did what 200 human firefighters couldn't do in 6 hours. But the biggest shock was still coming. When the smoke cleared, they found something impossible carved into the ground. The spirit of fire cat Felix had guided his grandson's paws. But this miracle came with a price. Rusty had used so much energy, the doctors said he might never walk again. But love has a power stronger than any flame. The city's love gave Rusty the strength to heal. And 3 weeks later, Rusty became the youngest fire chief in history. But on his first official day, the call came in. But this time, it wasn't about fire. A supernatural flood was heading straight for the city. And the caller said something that changed everything. Chief Rusty, we need you. Because this isn't natural, someone's controlling this flood. And they're asking for you specifically. Who is this mysterious enemy? Why do they want Rusty? And what does this have to do with his grandfather's darkest secret? Find out in part 2. But first, tell me in the comments, do you think Rusty's grandfather Felix is still alive? And what other powers might this kitten have? Your theories could be right.